Wow, the Grammy Awards last night. What a show. I was so impressed. I really wasn't sure how that was going to go. Hi, everyone. It's Awesome Adventures with A. So today's adventure is going to be discussing the Grammy Awards and obviously the red carpet. Let's address the elephant in the room in regards to that. I mean, Taylor Swift wore a micro mini red dress. I mean, oh my God, like Chiefs red, like who would have thought? That's not what I meant. What I meant was, because I want to get it out of the way because it really, at first I was like, what are they doing there? Like he didn't have an album. I don't think he would be presenting. And as I'm watching it unfold, and I literally didn't understand, and I knew, I'm like, she's naked underneath. I knew that right off the bat. Or it was super sheer, something very strange and odd. And I get it. His fashion, he's very avant-garde. I completely understand. But what I didn't like was not that she was naked. First of all, let's take that out of it. That was extremely, extremely inappropriate. This is the Grammys. This is a family show, whether you like it or not. It is a family show. There are kids that are watching this. There were children at the red carpet. Some of the nominees brought their very young children. And even if they brought their teenage boys or girls, that was highly inappropriate. We're just bringing this in a little bit closer. There we go. I found that to be absolutely disgusting. That's not art. That the way that was done was not art. Because I'm not saying women or men that are posing nude. I mean, there's some beautiful artwork, all over the world where it is a woman that is nude or it is a man. That's different. This was not art. Sorry, this was not art. And she didn't want to do it. She said, and I watched it. I did it at least 7 or 8 different times where she was like, I believe she shook her head, allegedly, and said to him, I don't want to do this. And he went into her and said, do it now. That's what he said to her. That's abuse. That is abuse. I don't care. In this day and age, I am sorry. That is abuse. That was absolutely disgusting. And yes, are people talking about it, which is exactly what he wanted because he's no longer relevant because does he even put out music anymore? He doesn't put out good music. I know that. I used to listen to him back in the day and he put out some really great music. And I don't know what happened. I really don't know. I really think he needs extensive therapy. I believe once his mother passed, which was a very horrible, that was a very, very horrific thing. And I think that really changed him to his core. And not only that, you have children. You have young daughters. You have North who wants to be just like you. As you see, if you look in the magazines and things like that, she probably idolizes her father. That's something you want her to see? That's something you want her to see and be proud of? I just think it was extremely inappropriate for that setting. I think it was absolutely disgustingly done by the way that he spoke to her because she didn't want to do that. And I'm sorry, as the movie said, blink twice, honey, because we're here, we'll help you. That's not a normal thing. And Lady Gaga has come in an egg and was in, but you never... Do you sometimes see the outline of breasts and things? Totally. Do men show up without a shirt on and like Harry Styles last year showed up in that really cool Harlequin and his chest was out. Okay, that's fine. What he did was disgusting because she didn't want to do it. It could have been done in a different way. He could have had things covering it up to be appropriate. It was extremely inappropriate. He literally did it for shock value. And yes, I'm talking about it, but I'm talking about it from a standpoint of a woman who I'm not saying I have been, but that's abuse. She didn't want to do it. She did not want to do it, and he looked at her and he made her do it. And that is disgusting. And that everyone should be standing up for because that is just not how it should be. And allegedly, rumor had, we don't know what is true or not, he was escorted because he wasn't invited. But from my understanding, when you go to a red carpet, as I do red carpets, you have credentials. They have your name. You have to give your name. Sometimes you have to show ID, and then you get credentials or whatnot for press people. Even when you go to an award show and you are nominated or you are presenting, you are there, you have to show your ticket. You have to show that you are there based on security purposes. So I don't understand, A, how he got on the red carpet, and they might have just said, let him through, and then he left, and then he went to after parties. I just think that is, and I'm not saying she's not a beautiful woman. I'm not saying that at all. Her name is Bianca. Just how that was handled, rubbed me the wrong way. It was not... She could have worn an amazing avant-garde, kooky, crazy outfit that's appropriate because Grammys are, that it's a little avant-garde, it's a little edgier, and it could have been a great moment. It could have been like, wow, instead of, oh my God, is she okay? Do you understand the difference? That's what I'm saying. You missed an opportunity here, Kanye. You really missed an opportunity where you could have put her in something weird and different, and you used to have great fashion sense. Now you need to go to therapy because this is not normal. That's not how you treat people. And I'm saying a woman in general, if that is your wife, that's not how you treat her. Sorry, that's not how you treat her. Men should not be treated that way either by their wives. And I'm just saying in both ways, that was completely wrong. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's start. We've got a lot to get through. I'm going to try and keep it to an hour if I can. I hope everyone is doing well. Let me know in the comments. Please let me know your thoughts. I do ask that we be respectful in the comments, whether you agree or disagree with how that was. I just feel, it's not even, I'm sorry, even if it was Paris Fashion Week, I think they would have been escorted out. No one is nude like that. It wasn't even funny. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, at the Oscars, the South Park guys, they dressed in drag and they went in drag. That was tongue in cheek. That was funny. This isn't funny, especially when she said, I don't want to do it. She said no. No was a complete sentence. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else who is watching. I appreciate you watching. I invite you in. Everyone is welcome here, and you can agree or disagree, and that's okay. And if we do disagree, my bracelets here, I have to make sure they get re-energized on the next full moon. If we do disagree, that's okay. I just ask that we do it in a respectful manner. That's what I'm looking for. So let's begin. And yes, I'm wearing my my heart shirts because this coming Sunday is actually my birthday. I'm very excited. And then we have Valentine's Day coming. So a lot of emotions going on. So I did just run out to get my dog Chewy, some chicken. He likes ShopRite chicken. We're in New Jersey. He likes ShopRite chicken. So that's what I got him. I get him a chicken breast and I shred it up or what have you. And that's what he gets as part of his meal. Just because as a golden doodle, he has a very sensitive stomach. So he gets rice and chicken and then a special kibble. So it keeps him regular and it doesn't upset his stomach because he gets that. But I happened to be passing by as I was checking out and I'm like, oh my goodness. Are we ready for this? Oh, look at them. Look how cute they are. Look at them. Donnie and Jenny. Look how cute they are on the cover of Us. We waited our whole lives for each other. Come on. Come on. Isn't that the cutest thing? The loved up couple put the trauma of past relationships behind them to exchange vows in their 40s. They tell us, magazine, the simple and sexy ways they keep the spark alive and why divorce will never be an option. I love this so much. Oh, and look, hold on. Let's not forget. We've got Spencer and Heidi over here too. Another great couple. Look at this. 2 great couples on here. Download Heidi's music. Follow Spencer and Spidey on TikTok and everywhere else. We want to support them. Group project. Okay. I was a little bit upset that Heidi didn't make it. I thought they'd ask her to perform. I was hoping so. But like Spencer was saying, maybe next year they will she'll be nominated and then she can definitely perform. So I wish them the best of luck. So something else that I want to talk about too, that I was like, wow. I know they didn't want to do the award shows and some people were like, it's not appropriate. I was shocked how many people were actually there. Where they held the ceremony is about a good distance from where the fires were. So they are 100% contained. They are not all put out yet. So just keep that in mind. This has been going on for about 3 weeks now. They're not fully put out yet. When you I think, let's start off with, before we go to the red carpet, Trevor Noah should be hosting every year. He did a phenomenal job. He was so great. He was funny. He was poignant. He tugged at your heartstrings. He called out the billionaires there up in the big boxes. So they had a little code. I don't know how to do that yet. Over on your screen over here. And it was to donate. And through the course of the show, they had raised an additional $7 million, which I think is wonderful. And the other wonderful thing that they did, I wish they did more of it. They only did it in the beginning and sometimes at the end of the commercial breaks, is CBS, which runs the Grammys, gave small businesses a minute or whatever and let them do a commercial. And so they gave their big money to local businesses. I wish it was more. I don't think that was enough. Hint, hint, whatever the next award shows. SAG isn't on. I think SAG is on Netflix. But the Oscars, I think you should do that as well. LA is the entertainment capital of the world. That is where people go to make their dreams come true. As they say in Pretty Woman, what's your dream? And that's what it's about. People go there to live out their dreams. And last night that happened for a lot of people who won Grammys for the first time, which was wonderful. Okay, so I did want to get that out of the way. And I'm going to talk about some of the charities a little bit later on. But LAFD stole the show. So we're going to start with the red carpet. I want to start off with my Puerto Rican buddy, Luis Fonsi, who was nominated. He did not win, but he looked great. He had a phenomenal suit on. For those of you that don't know, he sings Despacito, among many others. That is a song that I do know. His wife looked stunning. I don't know who she was wearing, but it was like this peach pastel colored dress with these birds that were like, it was like 3D. Oh, but it looked, that's what I was saying. It was so different, but it looked beautiful. He looked great. He had like, it wasn't like Swarovski crystals, but it was like metallic studs all over his suit. He looked amazing. He looked absolutely fantastic. And I love that he represents Puerto Rico in such a wonderful, wonderful way. And I do think it's really, really great. Nora Jones was there on the carpet. She had sparkles and lace. I didn't see her getting interviewed. Kalani, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. She came with her daughter. They kind of had little matching dresses on. They look so cute. But see, that's what I'm saying. She was like 4 or 5 years old. And don't give me, well, they shouldn't be coming there. Why not? It's a music show. There's nothing it's going to be broadcast all over television. So for Kanye to come with his wife being nude, I don't know. The kids should be allowed to come. I don't go for that. Sorry. That's just me. I think that's silly. A baby? Maybe. But she was like 3 or 4 years old, if not older. So I thought that was fine. She did not go for an interview, but Chaperone, she was in custom Jean-Paul Gaultier. A lot of custom Jean-Paul Gaultier last night. It was an archival look from 2003. Her gloves, her nails. For the Grammys, she's one of my top best dressed on the carpet. Because then they all changed when they went inside. I was like, how did they do this? I was like, I don't understand. It was very confusing. But I think she's great. I do enjoy her music. Some of the songs I didn't realize she sang. So for she was nominated for Best New Artist, which she did win. I really thought the look on the carpet was very, very cool. Her makeup, she is I believe she considers herself as queer. That's how she classifies herself. And her makeup, her face was beat, as they say. And she looked amazing. She really did. And even inside, her makeup was amazing. She looked really fantastic. Sabrina Carpenter. Let me tell you, first of all, let me say right now, the ladies held it down yesterday. The women were there and they looked amazing. I loved the camaraderie. We're going to kind of do a little bit of both here because I got a lot to get through. I loved how they were sitting with people, whom they were talking to. Women were supporting women last night. Everyone was cheering for them. I loved it. There should be more of that. I really enjoyed that. On the carpet, Sabrina had this baby blue satin and feather dress. I mean, her makeup, her hair, the back, it was stunning. Like, I really was like, I have a girl crush. Like, she's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Like, it was just, I'm like, perfect. No notes. She was, and her performance was even better. And that's what I loved. They did the songs that people knew, because sometimes at the Grammys, they do songs that they're going to release, and you're like, I don't know the song. I love that they did the song that they were kind of nominated for, or a popular song. I thought that was fantastic. I enjoyed pretty much every single performance. There wasn't one that I didn't like. It was really fantastic. I really, really enjoyed it. She was very tongue-in-cheek with her performance. It was big. It was grand. She did costume changes, and she was funny. So I really enjoyed that. And she is stunning. She was just beautiful and very talented. I love her voice. Then we had Coco Jones. Oh my gosh. I mean, like I'm saying, the women brought it last night. She was wearing custom Defiance. And I want to say, it had cut out thigh-high slits. She looked beautiful. And I want to say it was like a burnt red color. I don't think it was like a burnt orange. It was more red. Not this kind of red, but she looked stunning. She was happy to be there. She was so excited. Coco Jones, absolutely stunning. You need to come back to Broadway, honey. I need to interview on a red carpet. She was just stunning. Gave a great interview too. I love that. So now we'll talk Billie Eilish. I personally don't get her music. I don't. I think she's got a beautiful voice. I do like the song Birds of a Feather. I think Bad Guys, another, like that was a fun little song. Like, okay, I just don't get the appeal, and I'm old. I'm going to be 47, so I get it. I'm moving, give me Gloria Estefan, give me Elton John, whatnot. I just don't get it. And I think she's beautiful. And I understand, I don't know her orientation, her sexual orientation. I don't know if she's fully said what she is. But you could, and I get it, you are edgy, you're a musician, you're a writer with your brother, which I think is awesome and wonderful. And I loved what they did, their performance, again, Birds of a Feather. But I don't know, I just think you could wear cooler clothes. Not, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's missing, it was Prada. She was a lot of Prada, and hats, like beanies, headpieces. That was a thing. It kind of reminded me of Jughead Jones, which are from the Archies. I liked her glasses. Again, makeup was great. She's beautiful. I'm not saying show off your body more, but just wear something different. We've seen you wear that so many times. Wear a different color. Wear a pattern. I'm not saying don't wear pants. I'm not saying that, but just give us something a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're always going to be on the carpets. That's what I want. I want to see a different look, but your own look, if that makes any sense. I'd love her to come up with a clothing line. I would love to see, I think that's great. And I'm saying because she doesn't have to wear, her boobs don't have to be out, doesn't have to be skin tight. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying give us something different. It's always like a dark color. It's always dark. Can we have something a little colorful? That's what I'm asking for. That's all. Just a note, a few notes there. Gracie Abrams was there. She kind of was giving wedding vibes until I saw the whole outfit. I believe she was wearing Chanel. And several of them were also signing autographs. What the Grammys do every year is in the front when they come in, it's a lot of the Make-A-Wish children, and many celebrities were going over and taking pictures and signing autographs and being very, very sweet. Many, Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga was late. I don't think she stopped. She did wave. Olivia Rodrigo, Gracie Abrams, Taylor Swift. A lot of them did stop and go. A lot of them. Billie Eilish, I want to say, did. A lot of them did, which I thought was really fantastic. St. Vincent was there. They were wearing Armani from 1991. 1991. That's like old. It was like black satin. Gloves was a thing. A lot of ladies were wearing the gloves. She had exquisite Cartier jewels, but very simple and edgy. I like that. Willow and Jaden Smith, they were there supporting their dad. I believe Willow was nominated. I believe she was nominated. It's the Grammys. She's an adult. She wore this cool outfit. She looked gorgeous. It was like bra and panties, bejeweled. Could have been Swarovski crystals. I don't know the designer. And then she paired it with a floor-length coat. and these great shoes. Oh my gosh, they were Louis Vuitton, like platform shoes. They were gorgeous. I didn't get her face jewelry, I will say, and her grill. She had a green tooth and stuff. I don't know if we know what that's about. And Jaden had a house as it was a castle as a headpiece. I'm not going to call it a hat. It was a headpiece. Again, it's the Grammys. His suit was stellar. I believe that was also Louis Vuitton. Hey, to each their own. It was different, and we're talking about it. So again, for the Grammys, it's not about elegance per se. It's kind of about a little edgy. You know, it's Grammys, it's rock and roll, it's, you know, it's music. So they're expressing themselves. And that was kind of cool because nobody else did anything like that. So I'm like, kudos to you. Again, may not be your cup of tea, but I was like, hey, you know what? Because at first I was like, that's kind of okay. And then I said, you know what? That's kind of cool. Who else would have done that? You know, and they can, I think because they're so fashion forward, they've always have been, both of them. As siblings, I thought it was great. And I believe she was nominated last night. And they were there supporting their dad. We'll get to Will a little bit later. Troye Sivan. I love Troye Sivan. He's just so fun. He was in a lilac suit. The material was interesting. It was very soft and not silk, different than silk. But sheer shirt. It was Prada. And then he had this darker lilac, it was almost like a tie, but it wasn't supposed to be a tie. And then it came down and it had his initials on the bottom of his coat jacket. Very cool, very different. I really like that. I like his music too. Kanye, that's when Kanye and Bianca Censori, that's her name, came through. I don't want to not say her name. Her name is Bianca. She has a name. And she's beautiful, but again, unnecessary, inappropriate. Teddy Swims. So I didn't know he sang the song. I was like, oh, so he sings that song. He was nominated Best New Artist. Listen, his outfit, it was like a taupe. I'm going to call it taupe. I could be wrong. I have an itchy nose, pardon my nose. And he looked great. And he had all like metallic accoutrements, let's say, on his suit. He looked great. He had painted nails. I loved it. His wife was showing her baby bump, like all out there. I was like, that was appropriate. She was covered. It was like a similar color, almost like a beige or nude color, but you didn't see anything but her belly. Like the cutout was her belly. And I thought that was fine. That's cute. She's celebrating that she's pregnant, which is wonderful. And congratulations to them. I thought his performance was great. He's got a great voice. And I love his look. Very cool. Again, it's edgy. It's music. Music is edgy. It's all different kinds of things. Chris Olsen, I did see him running around on the red carpet with his cute little cummerbund. It was great. I did enjoy that. Sheryl Crow, legendary Sheryl Crow. I don't know who she was wearing. I loved it. She, first of all, for her age, she looks freaking amazing. Gorgeous. Oh, it was sparkly sequins and it had a beautiful pattern. It was strapless. Stunning. She looked stunning. I loved her hair. I loved her glam. I loved everything about it. She was great. And she performed in the opening number. Then we have Brittany Howard. She is an amazing guitarist. Amazing performance. Not sure if they're she, they. Want to just preface that. This satin oversized black coat. Amazing. And she is a beautiful, beautiful person. I just super talented, super talented. And I really loved that look. I didn't really see what was underneath the coat. And then she changed when she performed and she looked great when she performed. Or they performed. That was great. Nikki Glaser was there. And I was like, why is Nikki Glaser there? I believe she was nominated as well, but she didn't win. This time she got to enjoy the award show because she did an awesome job hosting the Golden Globes. She had a sparkly mint green micro mini dress. Looked great. She was amazing. She even participated in the show, which I know made her very excited to do. I really enjoy her. I think she's very talented, and I hope she comes back for the Golden Globes. As you can see, I have lots of notes. So now we have another, I also think she was another Best Dressed, which was, TV went on, was Doechii. I was not familiar with her, and I said, who is she? She was in Tom Brown Custom. it was like a new, I don't want to say a new take on a suit, but it was corseted, and then it had oversized hips, and it was pinstriped, and she had, oh my gosh, she looked gorgeous. Then inside, changed again, she had, when she won, which was awesome that she won, which we will talk about because it was history making last night, she had these oversized pants. Like, it was great. Then for her performance, I was like, oh, she's a rapper. I didn't know she was a rapper. Her hair, her makeup, again, her glam, everything was different, and she looked gorgeous. Then she decided to just kind of, because all of her dancers and everything, they were in similar Tom Brown outfits. And then she went down to Tom Brown bra and panties. Kudos to you, because she looked amazing. And she brought it and sang about it. And I was like, wow, who knew? And I really enjoyed her on the show because I really didn't think she was going to win. And Cardi B came out. We'll get to Cardi B in a second. She cracks me up. I don't think she could walk very well in her dress, so it took her a moment to get out there. And she was very sweet and funny. Her hair looked beautiful. Again, she looked stunning in her outfit. We'll get to her. She's coming up soon. And she presented her the award. And this was for Best Rap Album. And Doechii won. And they've been, hold on, we're going to go to my notes here, because they've been handing out this award since, I think it was, let's see here. There we go. Yeah. So they've been handing out this award for, I think, since 1989. That's when they instituted it. That was the first award of the evening. They had a lot of performances. She brought her mom up on stage. Doechii brought her mom, which I thought was wonderful. And since 1989, ladies, she's the third woman, Black woman, to win. Third, since 1989. It is 2025. Ladies, get out there, because she spoke right into that camera, and she spoke to people. She spoke to the young girls out there and said, you can do this. You can do this. And I thought it was a beautiful speech. I think it was one of the best speeches of the night. Personally, I thought it was great. Okay, Tori Kelly. Oh, she looked beautiful in red. I don't know who the designer was. I loved her darker hair. She always looks beautiful. I wish it was a little curlier, because I do like her curly hair. Oh, I'm yawning. Excuse me. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Paris Hilton was there. She had on stunning. It had a cape, gloves, sheer, I won't say sheer, like nude coloring. Absolutely, she looked like a goddess. She looked absolutely beautiful. She was there to support, and, you know, really spoke very highly of everyone. And she's been doing a lot too to help with the LA fires. She lost her Malibu home, and but oh my gosh, she looked stunning. Noah Kahan was there in an ivory suit. The gentleman stepped it up too, let me tell you. Casey Musgraves, she is one beautiful person too. My goodness, she had white tank top, this great belt, and this beautiful, the skirt was everything. And it was Ralph Lauren. And wow, and I love that it was simple, but stunning. It was so country. Could she have worn like a hat or something? Maybe a little turquoise necklace would have just kind of rounded it out. But that skirt, stunning. She looked amazing. Chrissy Teigen, she wore a Christian Siriano. It was black. John Legend had Louis Vuitton. Ooh, gorgeous suit. She did change when she got inside, and it was silver and sparkly, and I love that. I actually liked the inside look a little bit more than the red carpet look. The dress was beautiful, and it was black, and it had cutouts of sheer, but in the appropriate places. And again, she always looks great. They're a beautiful couple. Then I want to talk about this, because there was a few people that did this. And Cynthia Erivo, I feel, gave one of the best performances last night. Let's be honest, honoring the great Quincy Jones. The great late Quincy Jones. She brought with her on the carpet an ASL interpreter. Right on the carpet. She was not the only one to do that. I believe Paris Hilton did that as well. Paris Hilton, Janelle Monáe, another best dressed, and Cynthia Erivo. And at first I was like, oh, but they brought them with them. And I think that's so important. And I'm not getting political, but there was someone who said, why do we have to have them? because there are people that are deaf in this world. Why can't they hear what's happening on the red carpet? Why can't they, excuse me, not hear, but why can't they be able to understand what is being said? Not everyone can lip read. And I applaud them for, that's what I'm saying, the amount of diversity which encompassed everyone last night. I was highly impressed with that. And kudos to those who said, no, you're walking the carpet with me, and being able to do that. My younger cousin, that's something that she wants to do. And when I see these things, and she loves, she wants to be an actress and all these things, but she loves sign language. She learned that, and it's amazing what she's doing. And I hope and pray that I will see her do that one day on one of these red carpets. I would love that. Or at she loves Olivia Rodrigo, or Olivia Rodrigo concert, or what have you. I would love to see that for her. I just think she'd be wonderful at that. But Cynthia Erivo, she had this like silver, and I don't know if it was fabric or like hard, like a breastplate, and then a little cutout by her belly. I thought it was emerald green, but I think it was blue. When I saw her in a picture with Janelle Monáe, it kind of matched Janelle Monáe. So I think it was like a navy blue or a slate blue. Her nails were on point. 5 hours. And she's like, oh, that's nothing. It's like 2 movies. You watch 2 long movies, or 1 short movie and 1 long movie. And I'm like, 5 hours, but they're stunning. They're absolutely stunning. I love it. I have nails, so I live for it. And all of her other jewelry was amazing. But I really, really think that's great. All right. We're only halfway done with the red carpet. Oh my gosh, J Balvin. Black coat. It had a bow in the back. So handsome. It was over the suit, black satin. I don't know who the designer was. He was there. Oh my gosh, he looked really great. Charlie XCX. What a fun person. Oh my gosh. Jean Paul Gaultier pulled from the runway. She wanted a +10, but I think she got like a +2. It was pastel. It was a gray. It wasn't silver. It was a gray. Pastel. There was 230 meters of chiffon on her red carpet look. These black boots, and it was kind of like a shipwrecked inspired kind of thing. She looked amazing. Looked amazing. Her performance was crazy and wild, and I loved it. And she's like, oh, if it's inappropriate, it's inappropriate. I didn't think it was inappropriate, and I think it was a great way to close the show. I think she did a phenomenal job. Olivia Rodrigo, she was wearing vintage Versace, signing autographs, taking photos with the Make-A-Wish children. I thought that was great. She looked beautiful. It was a beautiful, beautiful dress. This is my best dressed for men. Shaboozey. Shaboozey, Shaboozey, Shaboozey. First of all, he gave such lovely interviews. He was so sweet. He was so kind, sweet and kind. There was a little interaction between Taylor Swift and him, and she was just so sweet, and he was excited to see her. She was excited to talk to him. He had on, he said he thinks it was, because they were like, oh, is it leather? And he's like, no. He's like, recyclable, and they're like, sustainable. He goes, that's the word, sustainable. It looked like leather, but it wasn't. And it had these, oh my gosh, it was like a work of art. It was great on him. It looked so good. Oh my gosh, he was one of my best dressed. It was different. It was, I don't want to say edgy. He was nominated for Best New Artist, and I think Country Artist as well. I don't think he won anything, but he gave an excellent performance with the bar song, Tipsy, and I just enjoy him as a person. I think he's a lot of fun. That was really, I really did enjoy the look. It was very different, and we like it when the gentlemen do differently. Lucky Day was there. I believe he is a rapper. He had on like a peach-colored outfit, not a suit, but he had like a peach-colored pastel outfit. It looked very nice. I may mispronounce this name. Kaliushis. I know I'm mispronouncing it. She had on like a leopard dress. Looked great. I love a leopard. Benson Boone, very handsome, very talented. Did his little flip like nothing off the piano for his performance. He had like a slate gray suit, Dolce & Gabbana. Looked great. He was really nice in his interviews as well. I think he was excited to be there. And he was sitting there, and I was like, oh, he put on a different suit. And then Heidi Klum and Nikki Glaser, it was like a tearaway, and whoop, there it comes. And he had like a powder blue one piece on. He just hops up on the piano and does a backflip. I'm like nothing. Like nothing. Great performance. Miley Cyrus. She was in Saint Laurent, and it was cut out. She looked great. I liked last year's look a little bit better, but she was nominated, and she did win. Her and Beyonce won from Cowboy Curtis's album. Not Cowboy Curtis. Is it Cowboy Curtis? Don't hold me to that. Anyway, they won for a duet, country duet. Samara Joy. She had a booty purse. It was silver. It was like this big, and it had a booty. It was the cutest thing ever. She had on a black, beautiful dress, too. She was so funny, and she goes, I can fit what I need in here. And it was all about the purse. I didn't care about anything else. But excellent. I loved it. Kelsey Ballerini. She couldn't sit, and she did change when she got inside. It was black, hard beads with this white, they called it like an opera coat. Stunning. The dress was gorgeous. I feel bad she couldn't stay in it. Gorgeous. Cardi B. It was supposed to be like tiger-esque, the look of it. It was black and gold, Roberto Cavalli, custom, shocker. She had a baby like 4 months ago, and she looks amazing. There were feathers at the bottom, beaded. It was like asymmetrical off the shoulder. She looked great. I think it was a little difficult for her to walk in, but again, she looked amazing. Lainey Wilson had this gorgeous black tux on. Oh my gosh, stunning. And her cowboy hat, she looked beautiful. Victoria Monet, white, sheer cape, cut out. Now, she said it was mint. I didn't see the mint. I saw the white. It looked stunning on her. She had a gorgeous snake necklace on. Oh, I know she was kind of like, I forget, she said something else, and it just made me think of Queen of the Damned of the late, great Aaliyah, and just the outfit because of the way her arms were with it. It was, like I said, it looked white to me, but it was beautiful, and it just reminded me of that. She did look like an angel, but Queen of the, it just made me think of Aaliyah because it had a similar look to it. Madison Beer, she was okay. She had a coat that was prettier than the dress. She looked great though. Julia Michaels, oh, beautiful in a red beaded strapless gown. I don't know the designer. She looked gorgeous. Again, hair, glam, everything. Heidi Klum, I also think she was in like a taupe colored beaded, parts of it were sheer. And then she had, okay, I want to say it was a shrug. Remember the shrugs? And it was puffy, but it looked beautiful. Her dress was stunning. We're almost done. We're getting there. Alicia Keys was stunning. Her headpiece alone, which I thought were earrings, and it was a headpiece. Again, ripped off the runway. Absolutely stunning. She received a special honorary award last night given to her by Queen Latifah. She looked stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. And I loved at one point, Taylor Swift was dancing with her son because they were near each other, and it was just super cute to see that in the audience. And she had a corset on. She looked amazing. She won for Hell's Kitchen for the Broadway album. Kudos to Alicia Keys. She looked great. Taylor Swift. Am I a Swiftie? No. Am I a fan of Taylor Swift? Yes. I love her music. I think what she does, great things. She looks stunning. She was absolutely gorgeous. It was a micro mini, Chiefs red, as they say. Vivienne Westwood corseted. She looked gorgeous. You also have to understand, she's in her 30s now. She looked gorgeous. And the little T on the... gorgeous. And she had a great time. And she didn't care if she won or lost. She was clapping and cheers. I loved that. She is a girl's girl. She is a stan. I love that she sings the words. I love that she gets up and dances. I love all of that. And I don't know why more people don't do that, to be fair. I just want to say, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's great. I would get up and dance if I was there. Come on. She didn't have to worry about anything. I don't think she even cared if she won or not. She just wanted to be there and she wanted to support it. She didn't have to go. She didn't have to go. She went to support everyone else, and I think that was fantastic. And I also think that it was phenomenal that she was able to present, that she won the award to Beyonce for Best Country Album. I think, was it a little tongue-in-cheek? Yes. Did they know who was going to win? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But they were like, do you want to give this award? And how amazing was that? And not only that, when you look at the picture, now, we're going to get to Beyonce's reaction for that win, because that was a little overdramatic. It was not necessary. You don't have to act that surprised that you won Best Country Album. Maybe you were, because you did not win anything at the Country Music Awards, but you did win here. Was it paid for? I believe it was paid for. She's had better albums. I'm just going to put it out there. Not that I didn't like some of the songs on the album, but as a whole, I don't think this was one of her best albums. I don't. And I believe because Jay-Z gave such a big, she should win. Beyonce, has the most Grammys of anyone. Anyone. More than Michael Jackson, more than Whitney Houston, more than Mariah Carey, more than Celine Dion, more than Adele. I am not a huge fan of her music. I think she's extremely talented. I think she's pretty. The dress could have been a little bit better. I didn't like the blonde hair. I'm just saying it actually made her look old. I think I would have preferred a little darker color, like a more golden blonde. It kind of made her look old. I'm going to be honest. She was stunning, but it made her look a little older. But that was bought for her. But Taylor was so happy to present that to her. And then when you look back and you see, I want to say the person that brings out the awards, the co-presenter, they're kind of in the background there. Taylor was holding her hand. And the woman that was there, the co-presenter, I will call her that, was a Black woman. And yes, I know a lot of people are like, they're saying Beyonce shouldn't have won because of the color of her skin. And that bothers me. That's wrong. That is 1,000% wrong. That should have nothing to do with it. It shouldn't. She is from Texas. She grew up with country music. Yes, she started out in pop and R&B and all that other stuff and went in a whole different... But why can't she do that? Why can't anyone do that? Eminem is a phenomenal rapper and he's very white. Macklemore, rapper, very white. You do have other black art. Shabuzi, black man. Kane Brown, I believe he is also a black man. I don't understand why this is such a problem. I really don't understand. And she wanted to try this and did this and she won. And Taylor presented it to her. Taylor held that woman's hand. She was so excited to see Beyonce be excited for winning in this category. And that's where you may not agree, and that's okay, but let's stop with the race wars. Can we do that? Can we try? Can we really, really try? Like I said, I'm not a Beyonce fan. I'm really not. But kudos to her for going outside the box. I did like some of the songs. And she won. 13,000 people who's in the account voted. That's how it happens. And they voted for her to win. Do I think it was bought and paid for? Yes, I do. But that happens a lot. Jethro Tull won when they were up against Metallica many, many years ago. I'll never forget it. And they won. Because when I was younger, the Grammys was a snooze fest. Our popular people never got nominated. We were lucky. We were lucky if people got nominated. So nowadays, it's definitely shifted. It's definitely changed. And I think it's great. It should be changing because it was people who would have to wait 10 or 15, 20 years to get a Grammy. It was nutty. How could you beat Metallica? Anyway. My other best dressed was Janelle Monáe, who she brings the fashion. She looked gorgeous. They looked gorgeous. She was there to honor Quincy Jones. I was like, what are we going for? And she had this hat and the jewelry around. I was like, wow. Little side boob showing, which was fine. That was appropriate. No, you just saw the side, nothing. We'll get to her performance. We'll get there. We're going to get there. Lady Gaga. She reminded me of Madonna in Frozen video. She was the first person, though. It was a Tiffany 1930s necklace, and she was the first person to ever wear it. Vivienne Westwood Couture. The haircut, her and Miley had this same kind of haircut that I did see that kind of going around. Her missing eyebrows throw me off, and the bangs. She's great. Her performance with Bruno Mars was great, and they won. I was very happy for them. But it was giving me Madonna Frozen vibes. Just throwing that out there. Tell me what you think. And please, I want you to share your thoughts and comments with me as well. Lado was in white, Jean-Paul Gaultier. I'm not even going to say Marilyn Monroe. She was Madonna. She was the Madonna when she went with Michael Jackson to the Grammys. And she had this diamond cross. Woo, she looked gorgeous. Shakira. It was her birthday and she won. And it was like, again, like black and orange, and it was like a sheer overlay. Her performance was interesting. And then one of the Gloria Estefan, whom I have met, and I love, 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 love her. She had a beautiful black dress on with beautiful silver diamond bangles. Woo, they were gorgeous. And these pretty black flowers. I did not know the designer, but wow. So now we're going to get to the show. This is going to be rapid fire. Okay. Trevor Noah, hands down, phenomenal. They honored LA, and they opened with a band who they lost their house. They lost most of their instruments. Their families lost their homes. Like, it was terrible. And they're called Doors. Doors. Excuse me. John Legend, Sheryl Crow. Oh my gosh, they had like St. Vincent, who was there. Hold on. Brittany Howard was playing guitar. They had a whole band of people behind them. And they opened with Huey Lewis and the News, I Love LA. And they had pictures in the background of showing regular people helping people. Because yes, there were people that had lots of money that lost their homes, but there's a lot of regular people out there that lost their homes, that did not have a lot of money, that do not have a lot of money, that are trying to rebuild. Businesses, schools. When they showed the picture, of a school burnt, and it was just the desks and the chairs burnt. That image was like ingrained in my memory because it was shocking. It was showing just how, and the first responders and the firefighters, it was amazing. So these are, please write these down. Music Cares for Relief, Direct Relief, California Commissioners Foundation, Pasadena, it might be Community Foundation. Those were the ones that they were asking, if you scanned the code, to donate to. Through the course of the show, they raised $7 million. And I love that Trevor Noah said, all you people sitting down here and whatever you can donate. He wasn't, but he says, I know there's some people in the boxes, you billionaires out there. And he called them out, and they did. They donated. He called out CBS, and they donated. He didn't need to give a dollar amount, but they donated. And that's what had to happen. And they raised $7 million from, what time did it start? 7 o'clock? 7 till 11:30, ran a little late. They also said, which I thought was kind of funny, they were not going to make people cut their speech short. They weren't doing that. But they said if you went over 90 seconds, they were going to make you pay $1,000 towards one of the charities, which I thought was great. Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas, then they did Birds of a Feather. And I want to say it was, I don't want to say it was the Pacific Palisades, but it looked, it was mountains. And I believe it was pictures of them growing up in the background. And it was just nice, light and fluffy and easy and whatnot. And they obviously live in the area as well. Taylor and Margaret Qualley dancing, which was very cute. Chrissy Teigen and Cynthia Erivo, they were all dancing to the Billie Eilish song. And so what Trevor Noah said, they were supporting local businesses. The Grammys were giving airtime to local businesses, and they did that. I wish they did more. They didn't do enough. So for, like I say, these next award shows that are coming, even some of you sports, even Super Bowl, why don't you do that? Just saying, help some people out. Sabrina Carpenter was the next performance. One of my favorites of the night. I thought it was really fantastic. It was stunning. It was funny. It was tongue-in-cheek. She sounded great. Loved the songs. It was a medley. Great. First award of the evening was Best Rap Album. And her mom came up with her, and it was Doechii. And she was the third woman to win since 1989. And it was the best speech. I thought it was exceptional speech. Best Pop Album went to Sabrina Carpenter. Her first Grammy, her dress. it was gold. It wasn't gold lame, but it looked like that. I'm dating myself. Stunning, adorable, cute speech. I loved it. And I'm like, wow, stunning. Then Chaperone did her performance of the Pink Pony Club. Great performance. Loved it. Super fantastic. Very fun. And again, loved seeing everyone up and dancing and showing support. Best Country Album, presented by Taylor Swift. Beyonce won. Her acting Super Surprise was the only thing where it was really acting. Like literally, Chaperone finished her performance. Trevor Noah is here. Literally right directly behind him, Beyonce and Jay-Z and their daughter are sitting down. And then she wins the award. Where were you the whole time? Why were you not sitting there for the first hour of the show? Because all the performances and everything. Where were you? So I just think that's, are you that special? Are you that important? You know what I'm saying? I just was like, you could have sat there. You could have sat there. And her shocked face was just unnecessary. That's my only thing. I'm happy for her. Kudos to you. Hey, I can't sing like that. But the shocked face was a little overkill. Just saying. A little bit too much. Like, I get it. You probably were like, I didn't win at the Country Music Awards. I'm not going to win here. But bought and paid for. Then we had a Benson Boone performance, which I thought was very fun. Like I said, Heidi and Nikki ripped off the suit it was like a powder blue, and he did the flippy flues. Doechie's performance. Doechii was very cool. Again, I loved the theatrics part of it. Like, that's what I'm missing. Broadway should take note of that because Broadway needs to bring back theatrical performances like this, Broadway shows. Teddy Swims performed. Great voice. Again, another super cool outfit with roses on it, big jacket. He looked great. Shabuzi did another performance. Excellent Black country artist. I really enjoyed his performance. Ray, she was Best New Artist. Wow. First of all, she was gorgeous. Her voice, phenomenal. Best New Artist was Chaperone. Now, I do not agree with Chaperone and some of her political views. She's young. She became famous very quickly. And I know, as she said in her speech last night, she took the time from her journal. She brought her journal up on stage to speak to the music executives. And I give her kudos for that. And I really, because the music companies and labels suck. That's why a lot of people put out music on their own. And I believe she put this album out on her own. She did it by herself. And she really spoke to them and said, you have to think about us because they steal from them. They work them like dogs. It's terrible. Look at what happened to TLC. Case in point, 30 Seconds to Mars. There's so many artists who you have to work so hard just to make ends meet. And, I appreciated that. And kudos to her for standing up to them. And she put her Grammy down and said, no, and I'm sure she was nervous because that was, all the big wigs were in that room. And, she said, we're there for you, but are you there for us? And I was like, you go, girl. Good for you. Good for you. That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. Again, a great speech. I think I'm missing something here. So Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga did perform, and they performed one of my favorite all-time songs, which is California Dreamin'. I thought it was beautiful. Then they got up and they won for another song. So the big surprise performance was The Weeknd. Grand. He doesn't do anything small. That is for sure. I like The Weeknd. I like a lot of his music. He is a performance artist, and that was definitely performance art that was up on that stage. And he said he was going to boycott, and he was never going to come back until the Grammys was more inclusive and included more things. And they have been, and they asked him, and he said yes, he'd come back. So I say that's progress, and I think that's really great. They have more female voters. They have more Black voters. They're more inclusive. They have more LGBTQ plus people. So that's great. That's what we want to see. We want to see progress in the world. We don't want to go back to the 1930s. We want to see progress. things change, progress. We don't want to go back to the 30s. That's for damn sure. This is another one. They're on Instagram. And when I saw this, it was super cute. The Jonas Brothers were part of this commercial. It was called the Lost Stuffy Project.com. They're also on Instagram. Lost Stuffy Project. For all of the kids that lost their stuffed animals, these two ladies got together, and it's like, you, whatever, if you have stuffed, you can, and then they'll send them to the kids that lost their stuffed animals. I think that's amazing and that's adorable. So check them out on Instagram. I thought that was great. Jennifer Lopez was a presenter. I didn't like her outfit. The bottom part was great. The top I didn't get. She's stunning, always gorgeous, but I didn't get it. Shakira won Best Latin Pop Album. Then they did a tribute to Quincy Jones. First time I heard of Quincy Jones was, I guess, Michael Jackson. And I was like, wow. So Will Smith led the tribute. And I'm like, no offense, why is he doing that? And I understand he produced Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which I didn't know. And then I'm like, a lot of them are gone. Michael Jackson should have been there to do that for him, but he's not here. Prince, not here. Even Whitney Houston, I know Whitney Houston is more Clive Davis, but there could have been so many other people. Lionel Richie. Where the hell was Lionel Richie? Lionel, why were you not there? Lionel, of all people, who was part of We Are the World. You know, Stevie Wonder was there. He did perform. Maybe they didn't want to give Stevie the mic because he can ramble a little bit. But I just felt, I didn't get Will Smith giving that tribute to him, to start the tribute. Cynthia Erivo singing Fly Me to the Moon. Oh my God, it was gorgeous. I mean, we know she can sing beautifully from Broadway, from Wicked. Obviously, if you haven't seen Wicked, what is wrong with you? Rent it, buy it, it's great. Oh my God, I mean, out of this world. Then you had Lainey Wilson. Then you had Jacob Collier. Then you had Herbie Hancock. He was playing piano throughout. Then you had Stevie Wonder come out. Did a little We Are the World. I got a little emotional because that's what I remember. Then you have Janelle Monáe come out looking like, because I was like, you have to have Michael Jackson. You have to have a Michael Jackson song. She channeled Michael Jackson and she killed it. She was so fantastic, so phenomenal. And then she threw her jacket, Taylor Swift caught it, and Taylor Swift put her jacket on and was dancing with it. I loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. And she ripped her, it had I Love Quincy. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. Best pop duo was Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. And Lady Gaga used her platform to speak about trans people, because trans people are people. They are there. Non-binary people and trans people exist. They're not going away. So thank you, Lady Gaga, for speaking out for them. The In Memoriam, woo, that was tough too. Liam Payne. And then others, people that we lost, but he was too young, too young. Record of the Year was presented by Miley Cyrus. And she was super cute. She looked gorgeous. And Kendrick Lamar won. I didn't know he's a little short guy. He's a little shorter. He had his LA hat on. He came out. I think he was kind of surprised. I think he was a little shocked. Kudos to him. And then Gloria Estefan came out. And Shakira did a performance. So Shakira. And listen, I get the whole, belly dancing thing. I wasn't sure what was happening with her stomach, because I know she had like bejeweled. It was bejeweled, but I was like, is it I didn't know what was happening there. It was a little interesting. She's a great performer. She's great. The second song, whatever that was, sign me up, because that was a banger if there ever was one. I was like, this is fun. I'd be dancing in the club to this song. It was great. Queen Latifah came out in this gorgeous jacket honoring Alicia Keys, which was wonderful. Her husband was there. Her son was there. It was great. She's a producer. She does everything. She did Hell's Kitchen, Broadway show about her life. It was amazing. Happy to see that for Alicia Keys. I think she's super talented. Big fan. So they did Song of the Year, which was presented by the diva herself, the one and only Diana Ross. Diana Ross, you could have talked about Quincy Jones. Hello? What was going on there? Didn't get the Will Smith thing. Diva, iconic. Oh, she looked gorgeous. She was stunning. Queen. And Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, won. And he was kind of like, he came out and he was like, oh, it's Diana Ross. Like, he was like, whoa, I need a minute, you know? And then his people came out and he talked about LA and Compton and you know, all the different places and Englewood and things like that. And you know, he knows where he comes from. And I thought that was really, really great. Then you had Charlie XCS do her performance. Also, bra and panties look for her. The panties were falling from the sky for the end of her number, which was a crazy party on stage. And I was like, okay. But I think that was Guess. That was the name of the song, which she did with Billie Eilish. And Billie Eilish was everybody was jamming out to it. It was great. I love seeing all different types of music people singing the words to her song. They knew the words. I thought that was amazing. We're going a little over, people. I'm sorry. The women ruled the show last night. They ruled the show. And not that we don't enjoy the gentlemen who are performers, but it's nice to see that. And it was all different kinds of women. That important. We have to remember that. So the best part, besides them raising $7 million for those affected, for Album of the Year, they had first responders and the firefighters of LA come out to present the award for Album of the Year. And I would have liked if maybe they had that for each award. You know what I'm saying? Like, that kind of would have been cool. But I get it. They wanted to make a statement, and they did. And it was wonderful to see them come out. And what was even better was the chief who spoke. Not only said, standing behind me, our heroes, and he said sheroes. And there was a lovely woman standing next to him. And she got to give the award for Album of the Year to Beyonce. Excuse Cowboy Carter, not Cowboy Curtis. Cowboy Curtis was Lawrence Fishburne on Pee-wee's Playhouse. I had a moment. It was Cowboy Carter. That was a moment. Sorry. And her face when she was like, I'm giving this award to Beyonce, I'm sure that's not what she thought was going to happen for her tonight. And I just, again, appreciated the fact that everyone was included and that she was chosen to give the award. I just think that was super cool because her face says it all. She was beyond like, oh my God, I'm going to get to say hello to Beyonce. Again, she's had better albums. I will just say that. It was bought and paid for. It was. Let's be real. They are billionaires. They have more money than they don't know what to do with. I don't know. I was hoping for a little bit of a better speech. I was a little like, that was kind of quick. And I mean, her daughter was there. Blue Ivy was there. And, you know, she looked beautiful in her dress. She looked stunning. She's young. She's like 12. Like, I don't even think she's 13 yet. I can only imagine what her life is like, but kudos. I'm sure she was like, that's my mom and I'm proud of my mom. And, you know, that firefighter to be that excited, I just think was so great. And that was really, really cool. And it's not about the color of her skin. I want to put that out there. I just think she had better albums that she should have won for. I mean, it's hard. And you can't all win. There are not all winners. But I also love that after the fact, Jay-Z is standing there, and I think Alicia Keys' husband came over, whatever, and Taylor's right there. She looks right at him, and she goes, it's about time, you know, or finally, I think she said it's about time, and they cheers, and they clink glasses, and I was like, that's the moment. That is the moment of people coming together. Because everyone's like, oh, they don't like each other. They like each other. They don't see each other, but they like each other. And they said, they both had movies come out. Taylor went to her premiere. Beyonce went to her premiere. That's how it works. That's how it works. She's a good sport. Taylor didn't win anything. Did she need to? She just completed her Eras tours. Her boyfriend is in the Super Bowl again. I'm rooting for the Chiefs. I do happen to like the Chiefs. I like Patrick Mahomes. That's just me. I just think it was a really great night. I think Trevor Noah did a great job. I think they did LA proud. They raised money, and that's what's important. So bravo to all of them. Bravo to the winners. Bravo to everyone nominated. I mean, singing is hard. And making a good album or song is not easy. Do you know what I mean? Like, you got to think about that. So, sorry we went a little over. Thank you for coming to my lovely little YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you want me to talk about next. So, listen, we are elbows deep into award season. And now they're going to be coming fast and fierce. This Friday is the Critics' Choice Awards that got pushed back due to the fires. So, we're going to be talking about that one. Then we've got the SAG Awards coming up, and then the Oscars. Now, we may do a little pre-Oscar show. I haven't decided yet. Thank you for listening. Go buy Us Weekly with Donnie and Jenny on the cover. They're so cute. And Heidi and Spencer, whatever you like. Go support. And, you know, if you have some time, look into the LA stuff if you want to donate. And just remember to be nice, be kind, as best as you can. It's not easy to do that nowadays, especially. This weekend was an interesting one, to say the least. That's all I'm going to say about that. But like I said, please like, comment, subscribe, all that. I don't know where all the thingies are. Do. You know what I'm talking about. Listen to good music. Listen to local music. Support your local music. Support your local farmers markets, too. We have a great farmers market where we live, and I'm sure you can find one where you are. They're really, really awesome. And it's, you know, with Valentine's Day and stuff coming up, go on TikTok shop. If you're still on TikTok, go on TikTok shop and support local. I don't even want to say local, but support them. They're really quick in getting things out to you, by the way, just so you know. I've bought many things from them, and literally within a couple of days, like, I've gotten it with regular shipping. So, you know, those are things you want to look at, and those are people that you want to support. So go listen to some great music, and we'll see you next time. Toodaloo. Bye.